Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another throwback type of review because we have the season premiere for The Walking Dead Season 7 coming up next weekend. I decided, why don't I go ahead and do a throwback review to the part in the comic book series that we're just about to see. I've already done one for The Walking Dead, the infamous, I called it, Walking Dead issue 100 throwback review, so that's in the channel. If you haven't seen that, I'll put the link in the description so you can check that out. If you want to see the comic book counterpart and what happens in this part we're just going to see in the premiere. This is part 5 of Something to Fear. This is just after issue 100. These are the events of issue 101. Man, this is intense. So yeah, spoiler warning big time if you don't want to know the victim from the comic books, and also if you don't want to know what's going to happen, or at least what the source material has happening right after the Negan kill. This is the one we're going to go through with the comic books right after the Negan kill. So issue 100, infamous issue, huge issue. You see just about what we're going to see in the premiere, which is the Negan death. As most of you guys know, spoiler warning, the comic book series version death is Glenn. We can see him getting the head bashed in here and everything. Absolutely brutal. These are some of the most brutal pages in all The Walking Dead. Especially the part where, oh God, oh man. When he tries to call out for Maggie, that is brutal, man. That is absolutely just crazy, nuts, brutal, and you can really see this part here. This is gross graphic, but there's like the teeth and stuff like that, and there's like an eyeball popping out of the socket. So from what we've seen so far, the TV series version is about as brutal as the comic book series version of that part. Now afterwards he's got the joke about Lucille being a vampire bat, and then he says, what, was the joke that bad? Right here, and this is the part when Rick tells him he's going to kill him. So these are the panels right here that we see converted to the TV series for the issue 100. But actually, Negan does kind of beat him up, but he doesn't pull him into any kind of RV or anything like that. After that, he pretty much beats Rick up and he leaves. So we know, and then he says ta-ta as he walks away. So we know that at the very least in the TV series, it's not going to follow the comic book version exactly, but it is pretty close, and I do like the prediction that before the sneak peek, when he says, was the joke that bad, I do think it's the Lucille vampire joke that he's saying before that. So that's where issue 100 ends, is when he walks off and they say ta-ta, and there's the dead body and everyone's crying around. And this is a volume 17. This is Something to Fear. I don't have the individual issue for 101, but I know where it starts and ends. So pretty much right after in the comic book series, we see the huge death. We have, oh God, Glenn, and you've got everybody who's kind of reacting to the big death. And you have a really interesting part that happens where Maggie attacks Rick, which is really crazy, and I'm really interested to see if they do adapt that in the TV series. No spoilers here, because I have no idea if they're going to or not. This is issue 101 now. So you effing coward, and she punches him. She holds him responsible and accountable for what happens, and Rick feels so bad, masochistically, he allows her to beat him up. And then he says, why did you stop? Right after she stops punching him and everything. Carl's got the gun and says, stop hurting my dad. I don't think they're going to adapt that in the TV series. I can't see Chandler Riggs holding the gun to Maggie if Maggie's beating him up, or whoever it is beating up Rick, if they adapt that part to be the same. This is interesting because you have Sophia who bites him on the hand. So yeah, the comic book series is a lot different. So Carl drops the gun, they start fighting and all kinds of craziness. They get into a skirmish and all this, and it's crazy. So it obviously has to be quite a bit different in the TV series because there's no Sophia there. Hasn't been one there since the barn quite a while ago. We can't stay here as daylight comes up, and then they end up heading out. You've got Maggie and Rick, Sophia, and Carl make up, and we've got them heading towards the hilltop in an event that should be a lot different in the TV series, because from the promos, the trailers and that, it looks like Rick and the group, I mean, they may or may not go there, but we know that Simon and some of the other saviors are going to be punishing the Hilltop in the TV series version for aiding Rick's group. So it's got to be different. Maybe they'll still go there to get Maggie checked out by the doctor, and maybe we will see Rick beat up Gregory or something, but he doesn't really need it. As in this part right here where Rick's punching Gregory in the face. He doesn't really need it because, in the TV series version, he's already getting punished by the Saviors anyway. But maybe we'll see it anyway. It could be a good scene, and that could be cool if they adapt that into the TV series in the premiere. They go back to Alexandria, and they see that it has been attacked by Saviors. We know that in the TV series, Rick left Gabriel in charge of defending Alexandria, and I'm assuming he's probably done so if a pack of Saviors, because they have a lot of Saviors, if one of the small groups of Saviors attacked, then I could see him defending it off and maybe capturing somebody, because in the comic book series version, Andrea captures Dwight, and then Rick has to let her know that she has to actually... she has to let him go. Even though Andrea won the battle at Alexandria against Dwight and took him captive, still has to let him go. And so let me see, just to double check from the Wikia. I believe that's it. That's it for the issue. So each issue doesn't include that much, of course, because of the way the issue goes through, being they're only a few over 20 pages usually. But yeah, the rest of Something to Fear is still really interesting. Still really excited because you just had such a huge death, one of the biggest in the whole series, and then we get the kind of all the different questions about what are we going to do now, and you have Andrea and Rick who let Dwight leave, let him go, and will they have to let somebody go in the TV series? Could be, man, could be. And then we get the start to Rick talking to Jesus about possibly going after the Saviors and going after Negan. Should be quite a bit different in the TV series, but issue 101 is a great issue. Issue 100 is the infamous, pretty much the biggest issue, one of the biggest issues in The Walking Dead for sure. I mean, it's a 100 issue. Like, they've done 100 and almost 160 now, but issue 100 is a big issue. So that's issue 101. Check out my review of issue 100 if you guys want to see a throwback review of that. 101 is equally incredible, just to see the aftermath after the huge death, and it's going to be awesome to see how they convert all of this and how everybody reacts in the TV series version. And probably most excited to see, like, are they going to have that sequence where maybe Maggie attacks Rick and tries to beat him up or something, or if it's somebody else, what if Sasha attacks Rick and tries to beat him up for whoever was killed, or Rosita if it's Daryl or something. Who knows? But it'll be awesome to see which parts they adapt into the TV series premiere. And of course, I absolutely cannot wait for next Sunday. It's going to be amazing. And some of you guys have asked for a reaction video from the premiere, so I'll probably do that with you guys for sure. And really looking forward to it. It's like Christmas, man. I'm like a kid on Christmas waiting for presents. I just can't wait to see the premiere and the beginning of what should be maybe the best season of The Walking Dead ever. We'll see, or at least one of them. I'm thinking between season 5 and 6, something like that. So let me know what you guys think of issue 100, the aftermath after for the TV series version. What do you think is going to happen after the big kill? How do you think the character is going to react? Do you think they'll go to the Hilltop still, or do you think they'll just say F it and go back to Alexandria even though Maggie's sick? Oh man, a lot of questions, and I can't wait to see them all answered in the premiere. If you guys like this quick review, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share. Hey, you got a Facebook you want to share through? Click share and go through to Facebook. I appreciate it. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe for lots more videos. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.